Good morning, this is Neil Spate, Thurrock Nub News on an absolutely lovely Thursday morning. And just a quick aside, I'm outside the Hope coffee shop in Stamford-le-Hope, which has just been refurbished. One of our great little community centres we've got in this part of the borough. And the lovely team behind the bar just gave me a call, said, we've got a remarkable young man in the cafe, you ought to come and meet him. Well, this remarkable young man is in front of me now with his lovely dog Shayla. And John, just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing on your round the country walk and why.
Right, so I'm Jordan. As you know, I've sort of adequately called myself the walking pleb because I've decided to go on a 11,000 mile walk around the whole coast of the UK. Started off in Nantwich in Cheshire. We walked all the way down south to Bournemouth, and then we've come east from Bournemouth, and we're doing the whole coast anti-clockwise. Hoping to get it done by the end of September, start of October-ish. But we're doing it to raise money I'm raising money for crew men in sheds, which, if you don't know anything about them, they're a fantastic little charity, and what they focus on is men over the age of 45 that don't get out of the house for whatever reason, or they can't get to work. Like one of the trustees, Simon, who's just an absolutely fantastic bloke. He's like prone to seizures, so he physically cannot work, but he goes to the shed quite often. And what they do is they teach this older generation, I call them the forgotten generation, because we often look up at our elders as if, you know, they have all the answers and they have all the tools to deal with life, but quite often nobody does at all, and we've all got our own struggles. And the Men in Sheds are a perfect little community that help these guys out with just learning new skills, and through that they've adopted what's called a shoulder-to-shoulder method of talking. So when you're actually working hands-on with something, all that anxiety about what you're speaking about completely flies out the window, and the conversation flows a lot better, and people open up a lot more about their home life, the troubles that they've had previous in life, or things they're worrying about, and it just flows a lot more naturally. And then Shyla herself, she's got her own little fundraiser going for the RSPCA. I've decided to do this for her because of the current XL bully ban that's come out, and she's a rescue herself. She's half American Bulldog. She's a bit reactive and a bit temperamental, but I'm hoping to have this as a learning experience for the both of us, and I'm going to try to get her trained up by the end of it and get her fully socialised.
Oh, good. So, and you're promoting what you do along the way through your own social media. You've got your own Facebook page, and I'll put links onto the story that I'm going to put on. Yeah. And what's the sort of response you've been getting around the country?
At the moment, it's been absolutely fantastic. Like, I've been getting a bit of flack off people on Facebook and stuff like that. As you do with social media, you get just people that are just grumpy pants. People like to hide behind the anonymity of having an online account. You get all the keyboard warriors. But like, the grand scheme of things, everyone I've met in person has been so absolutely fantastic. Like, even today I come into the Hawk Coffee, I literally just went into the pet shop down the road and just asked, is there a cafe that's dog friendly? I came straight in here. I didn't even get to pay for my first coffee because the one behind, she asked me what I was doing.
Beverly, yeah.
Beverly asked what I was doing, and as soon as I started explaining, she gave me 2 coffees and a piece of cake, and she's looked after me. Everyone that I've met along the way has just looked after me so much and been so generous. It's humbled me as a person.
Oh, fantastic. And occasionally you get to sleep in a proper bed, but most of the time you're camping out.
Yeah, most of the time we're camping out. We actually slept on the rugby fields last night, just up the road, which was, it's not too bad. It's getting a bit colder. I think it's like -6.
Yeah, it certainly is. I can see you. And you were saying, I mean, for example, you got a new tent through someone's generosity.
Yeah. So as I came over the cliffs of Dover, I ended up going to a little pub called the Coast Guard to just go get a cup of tea. And there were a bloke there called John, absolutely legend he is. And he overheard the conversation, and what he actually ended up doing is we walked back to his car, which was along the journey, and then, because I can't cheat, because if I were to cheat and get a lift, I'd never be able to look at myself the same again. I explained this to him, so what he did is he actually drove his car back to Sandwich, and then walked from Sandwich himself to meet me along the coast, because my phone was broken at the time. So he walked back along the coast about an hour and a half to meet me. And then we walked back to he fed me, he let me have a shower and everything like that, and he ended up, like you say, he gave me a new tent. and it's not a cheap tent either. But
Yeah.
it's a damn sight warmer than the one that I was using.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, that just shows that you know, there's a lot wrong with our society, but there's a lot that's wrong, that's good with it as well. And certainly, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you this morning, fellow Northerner. Unfortunately, you come from the wrong side of the Pennines, but we'll forgive you for that. Jordan originates in Blackburn, and probably in about September later this year, we'll end up back there when he completes this remarkable walk. So I'm sure the community in Thurrock wish you all the very, very best. What you're doing is amazing, and I'm sure you'll come out of it fulfilled, and hopefully a lot of people will follow your journey now. We'll flag it up and whatever, and just the very best wishes to you, young man.
Thank you so much.